If night driving's getting fuzzy, if streetlights look like glowing halos, or if you're cleaning your glasses more. But nothing changes, this one's for you. After 60, our eye lens faces daily rust from oxidation and sugar damage. The good news, what's on your plate can help defend that lens. In today's video, I'll show you 7 everyday foods, things you can buy at any US grocery store that feed your eyes with protective nutrients like lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin C, vitamin E, omega-3s, and natural carotenoids. No exotic powders, no gimmicks, just smart food choices that support clearer vision and may slow cataract progression over time. Stick with me to the end for a simple eye plate template, a 7-day menu you can follow, and a 1-line memory trick so you'll remember these foods every time you shop. I'm a nutrition-focused health scientist who takes a food-first, evidence-based approach to healthy aging. This video is educational, not medical advice. Diet can help support lens health, but it doesn't prevent or treat disease on its own, and it never replaces regular eye exams or treatments your clinician recommends. If you have diabetes, glaucoma, macular degeneration, kidney disease, are on blood thinners or steroids, or have had eye surgery, talk with your eye doctor before changing supplements or making major diet shifts. We'll keep things senior-friendly, affordable, and practical. Let's set the stage in plain English. Cataracts are a slow clouding of the eye's natural lens. Think of the lens like a clear protein crystal that focuses light. Over decades, 2 forces can fog at oxidation: free radical damage from UV light, smoking, and normal metabolism, and glycation, which is sugar molecules sticking to lens proteins. These stresses change lens proteins called crystallins, so they clump and scatter light. That's why glare, halos, and dim vision creep up with age. Food can't reverse a formed cataract, but the right nutrients may help the lens resist ongoing damage. Lutein and zeaxanthin from dark greens and egg yolks concentrate in eye tissues and act like internal sunglasses, filtering blue light and taming oxidation. Vitamin C from kiwi berries and peppers is a major antioxidant in the lens fluid. Vitamin E from almonds and seeds protects lens lipids. Carotenoids like beta-carotene in sweet potatoes support vitamin A status for low-light vision. Omega-3s from salmon and sardines help manage inflammation and support tear film comfort. Finally, steady blood sugar via fiber-rich carbs, protein, and healthy fats reduces glycation stress. Add gentle sun protection, no smoking, hydration, and routine eye exams, and you've covered the pillars that influence lens clarity over time. Food 1 is the lens's favorite leafy green kale. Kale is loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, the twin carotenoids that concentrate in eye tissues and help absorb blue light while neutralizing oxidative stress. A simple target is 1 packed cup cooked or 2 cups raw several days per week. Preparation matters because these carotenoids are fat-soluble. Pair kale with a little olive oil, avocado nuts, or egg to boost absorption. Quick ideas include sautéing kale in olive oil with garlic and a squeeze of lemon, folding steamed kale into an omelet, blending it into a savory smoothie with Greek yogurt, or massaging raw kale with olive oil for a softer salad. If kale is pricey or out of stock, frozen chopped kale is often more budget-friendly and just as nutritious. Rotate with spinach collards or Swiss chard for variety. If you take blood thinners like warfarin, keep your leafy green intake consistent, rather than swinging from none to a lot, so your care team can adjust dosing. And if you have a sensitive stomach, lightly cook and finely chop the leaves. The fiber becomes gentler, while you still get the eye-friendly carotenoids. Food 2 is eggs, specifically the yolk, a highly bioavailable source of lutein and zeaxanthin. Egg yolks deliver these carotenoids in a natural fat package that your body absorbs especially well, often better than from greens alone. That makes eggs a convenient carrier for eye protective nutrients. A practical target for most healthy adults is 5 to 7 yolks per week, folded into balanced meals. Easy ideas include a veggie omelet with kale or spinach and tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs sliced over a mixed green salad, dressed with olive oil, or a breakfast taco with scrambled eggs. Salsa and avocado. Pairing eggs with greens compounds the benefit. The fat from the yolk helps pull carotenoids from the veggies too. For a heart-smart note, many population studies suggest eggs can fit into a healthy pattern for most people. If you have high LDL diabetes or a history of heart disease, follow your clinician's guidance on frequency. Choose pasture-raised when budget allows. They may have slightly more omega-3s, but conventional eggs still bring the eye benefits. Cook until whites are set, and refrigerate promptly for food safety. If you're allergic to eggs, capture similar carotenoids from dark leafy greens, plus a bit of healthy fat. Food 3 is salmon or sardines, 2 cold water fish that bring a double win for aging eyes, anti-inflammatory omega-3s, EPA and DHA, and a natural source of vitamin D. While omega-3s are best known for heart and brain health, they also support a comfortable tear film and calm surface inflammation, which can help if dry, irritated eyes make vision feel blurry. Vitamin D status tends to drop with age, and seafood is one of the few natural food sources. Aim for 2 seafood meals per week. Budget-friendly options in U.S. groceries include canned wild salmon for salmon salad with Greek yogurt, lemon and dill. Sardines packed in water or olive oil bones are soft and edible, adding calcium for overall health. And frozen fillets like sockeye coho or pollock, baked with tomatoes and olive oil. Salmon and sardines are low-mercury choices, making them senior-friendly staples. If you take blood thinners or high-dose fish oil, ask your clinician about your total omega-3 intake. If you avoid fish, consider algae-based DHA and build omega-3s from plant sources like walnuts and chia, while emphasizing the other eye foods here. Food 4 is kiwi, a quiet superstar for vitamin C. Your eye's lens bathes in fluid that relies on vitamin C as a frontline antioxidant. 1 medium kiwi often beats an orange slice for slice in vitamin C, with bonus fiber and potassium. Consistent vitamin C intake is linked in observational research with slower cataract progression, likely by reducing oxidative stress on lens proteins. A practical target is 1 to 2 kiwis a day, or 7 to 10 per week, fresh or sliced over yogurt or oatmeal. If your mouth is sensitive, go for gold kiwis. They're sweeter and gentler on the tongue. To steady blood sugar, pair kiwi with protein or fat. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of almonds, so absorption is slower and spikes are less likely. For budget swaps, frozen strawberries or mixed berries bring plenty of vitamin C and polyphenols, and bell peppers or broccoli are excellent savory options. If you take ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics and eat a lot of high-potassium foods, ask your clinician about totals. For reflux, try smaller portions earlier in the day and avoid eating fruit right before lying down. Food 5 is almonds, a convenient way to bring vitamin E and healthy fats. Vitamin E is the lens's bodyguard for fat-rich membranes, helping block oxidative damage that can cloud vision over time. A realistic target is 1 ounce per day, about 23 almonds, or 5 to 7 small handfuls per week. That portion provides roughly a third of your daily vitamin E. Toss chopped almonds onto oatmeal with sliced kiwi. Pulse them into almond crumbs to coat salmon before baking. Or blend a tablespoon of almond butter into a smoothie with spinach and Greek yogurt. If you're watching calories, pre-portion almonds into snack bags so a healthy handful doesn't become a cup. If you want variety or you're allergic to almonds, sunflower seeds are also rich in vitamin E. Pistachios are a flavorful option, and a sprinkle of wheat germ on yogurt adds a concentrated E boost. For safety, whole nuts can pose a choking risk if chewing is difficult. Choose slivered, sliced, or nut butter forms. If you take blood thinners, keep nut and seed intake steady from week to week rather than swinging widely. Food 6 is sweet potato, a colorful source of beta-carotene which your body converts to vitamin A, critical for night driving and dim room vision. Vitamin A supports the retina and the clear protective surfaces of the eye. Unlike preformed vitamin A from liver, which is easy to overshoot, beta-carotene lets your body self-regulate conversion based on need. A practical target is half to 1 medium sweet potato, 3 to 5 times per week. Because carotenoids ride with fat, add a little olive oil, butter, or tahini. Bake wedges and dust with cinnamon mash with Greek yogurt for protein or cube, and roast alongside salmon and tomatoes for a 1-pan eye-plate dinner. To pace blood sugar, pair sweet potato with protein and non-starchy veggies, and consider cooking, cooling, and reheating to slightly increase resistant starch. Great swaps include canned pumpkin, butternut squash, and carrots. High-dose vitamin A supplements can interact with certain medications and aren't advised without clinician guidance. And yes, if you really overdo orange pigment foods, the skin can tint a little orange, harmless and reversible when you cut back. Food 7 is tomatoes, delivering lycopene and more vitamin C. Lycopene is a potent carotenoid that thrives in the eye's oxidative environment, especially when tomatoes are cooked with a bit of fat. Heat breaks tomato cell walls, and oil helps lycopene slip into your bloodstream, so classics like marinara tomato soup and roasted tomatoes can be more bioavailable than raw slices alone. Aim for tomato products 4 to 7 times per week. Stir a spoonful of tomato paste into stews for a lycopene bump simmer. Canned crushed tomatoes with olive oil and garlic or roast cherry tomatoes, and toss with whole grain pasta, kale, and sardines for an eye plate dinner. If sodium is a concern, look for no salt added canned tomatoes and flavor with herbs. In summer, fresh tomatoes drizzled with olive oil and paired with mozzarella add protein and fat to aid absorption. If tomatoes trigger reflux, try smaller portions earlier in the day or choose low-acid varieties. Lycopene also shows up in watermelon and pink grapefruit as warm weather backups. Now, how do you build this into a daily pattern you can sustain? Picture a simple eye plate you can repeat. Half the plate is color-rich, non-starchy vegetables: kale or spinach tomatoes, peppers, broccoli because color means carotenoids, vitamin C and antioxidants. 1/4 is protein eggs, salmon or sardines, chicken tofu or Greek yogurt because protein steadies blood sugar and carries fat-soluble nutrients. The last quarter is smart carbs: sweet potato, quinoa, brown rice, or beans, high-fiber options that blunt glucose spikes and reduce glycation stress on lens proteins. Add the fat with carotenoids rule. Include a thumb of healthy fat like olive oil, avocado, or nuts whenever you eat greens, tomatoes, or orange veggies to boost absorption. Sip water or unsweetened tea with meals. Limit sugary drinks that add oxidative and glycation load, and cook gently. Light sautéing and steaming preserve vitamin C, while slow simmering tomatoes with olive oil enhances lycopene. Avoid repeatedly overheating oils and season with lemon, herbs, garlic, and spices for flavor without excess salt. Most important, consistency beats perfection. Hit each food group most days and rotate the 7 eye foods across the week. A lens-friendly plate isn't only about what to add, it's also about reducing the things that accelerate oxidative and glycation stress. Trim sugary beverages and frequent desserts because glucose spikes drive more glycation of lens proteins. Cut back on ultra-processed snacks, fried in unstable oils. Oxidized fats raise oxidative load. Keep alcohol modest. Heavy intake depletes antioxidants and worsens sleep and glycemic control. If you smoke, talk to your clinician about cessation support and avoid secondhand smoke. If you're sensitive to sodium or retain fluid, choose low sodium or no salt added canned goods and flavor with herbs and acid. Finally, be cautious with mega doses of isolated supplements unless your clinician prescribes them. Some can interact with medications. Aim for steady blood sugar, a mostly whole food pattern, and minimal smoking and alcohol exposure. Those levers move the needle for lifelong lens clarity. To make this practical, here's a 7-day template you can mix and match. For breakfast, try a kale egg scramble with tomatoes, Greek yogurt with kiwi, and an almond sprinkle or oatmeal with thawed berries and a spoon of almond butter. For lunch, rotate a sardine tomato whole grain pasta bowl, a kale chickpea salad with olive oil and lemon, or a turkey avocado wrap with a side of kiwi. For dinner, go with baked salmon alongside roasted sweet potato and garlicky greens, a tomato bean soup finished with an olive oil drizzle, a turkey chili simmered with tomato paste, or a simple veggie omelet with a side salad. Snacks can be a measured handful of almonds, cottage cheese with pineapple, or carrots with hummus. Keep drinks simple: water, unsweetened tea, and coffee earlier in the day. Your grocery cues are straightforward: dark greens, eggs, canned tomatoes, canned salmon or sardines, sweet potatoes, kiwis or mixed berries, almonds or sunflower seeds, and olive oil. Know when to call in your eye care team. Book an exam if you notice rapid vision changes, worsening glare or halos, trouble reading street signs, double vision, eye pain, or headaches. If you have diabetes, long-term steroid use, a family history of early cataracts, or prior eye surgery, keep the exam schedule your ophthalmologist recommends, often yearly. Tell your clinician about any supplements you take, vitamin E, fish oil, or carotenoids, and about blood thinners or glaucoma medications. Diet supports lens health, but diagnosis and treatment decisions, including new prescriptions or cataract surgery, belong with your eye care team. Let's lock this in with a quick recap, a memory hook, and a simple next step. Remember GEFKEST, greens, like kale eggs. Omega-3. Fish, kiwi. Vitamin E nuts, like almonds. Sweet potato tomatoes. Build the eye plate by filling half your plate with colorful non-starchy veggies, a quarter with protein, and a quarter with smart carbs, plus a thumb of healthy fat to carry carotenoids. Keep sugars low. Cook gently and be consistent. If this helped tap, share it with someone who hates night glare and comment eyes. So I know to post the printable 7-day plan. Subscribe for weekly senior-friendly food-first tips that keep you strong and sharp. Before we close, here's a quick evidence snapshot in everyday language. Lutein and zeaxanthin have solid clinical trial support in macular health and are known to accumulate in ocular tissues. That aligns with observational data suggesting lower cataract risk with higher intake. Vitamin C is heavily concentrated in lens fluid, and higher dietary C is associated in cohort studies with slower lens opacity. Progression over time. For vitamin E, findings are mixed. Some cohorts link higher intake with lower cataract risk, while randomized trials are less consistent still. E protects membranes from oxidation and is safe from food sources. Lycopene from tomatoes shows observational links to potential protection, and bioavailability clearly improves with heat and oil. Omega-3s are strong for dry eye comfort and ocular surface quality. Cataract-specific data are limited, but overall visual comfort can improve when dryness is better controlled. And perhaps the biggest non-food lever is glycemic control. Diabetes and repeated glucose spikes are robustly associated with higher cataract risk, so fiber-rich, lower glycemic eating patterns help. The bottom line is simple. A food-first pattern rich in greens, yolks, seafood, fruit, nuts, and colorful vegetables is prudent, safe, and supports broader healthy aging while you stay on schedule with regular eye care. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight, just choose one upgrade today. Add kale to your egg swap and canned tomatoes for a richer pasta sauce, or trade a sugary snack for kiwi and a few almonds. Small, steady moves build the habits that keep your eyes sharp.